My name is Antwoin. I'm from the house of Balenciaga. I started in 2004, which represents the blue era, but most of my walking and participating was in the green era.
I'm Black, Lanvin. Started in '02, the green era, and I walk legendary Thug Willis.
I'm Saiku, Prodigy. I started in the blue era and I started working in 1998. The difference between Banji Realness and Thug Realness, I started out with Banji Realness. That's what he was calling me when I was walking. Banji Realness represented to me somebody who was a part of lifestyle but was real. Thug Realness came about later on, and I feel like it was a sort of kind of a misrepresentation of the category, because I don't feel like anybody that walks the category is a thug just based off the definition of the wrong. As far as everyday realness, I just don't see the category at all. I feel like you should either be in thug or schoolboy, somewhere where you fit in. I don't get what everyday is. That's just my opinion on that.
That's an interesting question. When I started in Ballroom, I actually started off walking athletic realness. And that was before Banji, that was before Thug, before Everyday. And as you said, of course, the category itself has evolved over the course of decades, generations, if you will. When I started and Thug Realness came around, it was more so to the allude of what we see in our everyday neighborhoods. Banji Realness was more so on the side of what you hear people say now, the dirty, the gritty, the big bone, the tatted up type of look that you would see for the realness. How has that evolved for what everyday realness is? I honestly don't know. In my opinion, I think everyday realness was pretty much made for a whole entity of people that did not categorize themselves in all the other categories, subcategories for realness. What I mean by that, you have thug realness, you have schoolboy, you have pretty boy, you have everyday realness. That category came for those individuals that did not fit in those subcategories. So I really just think it was just the fact that you were real, but you did not classify yourself in any particular category. You was just a realistic person.
I started in Thug Realness. I've been walking Thug Realness from day one. Came in the door, walking Thug Realness. Banji Realness. Well, I identify as Thug Realness. Of course, I can fit into the Banji because I have that demeanor. But I'm not Banji. I'm not thuggish. I'm not ratchet. I don't have the tattoos. I don't have that gritty look. I'm a clean look, clean realness. And like they say, people that fall into the Banji realness, the scum of the projects. That's Banji. Thug is, I can walk anywhere without being clocked. I can do what I want to do, how I want to do it without being clocked. I can fit in any atmosphere, any crowd without being clocked. And I still have that man mentality. Everyday realness is a category where people just was thrown in. They didn't fit Thug, they didn't fit Banji. They damn was barely real. But to make them feel comfortable in Ballroom, I think the pettiness of it, okay, we're gonna find y'all a category. Do I like it? I don't dislike it. That's my particular.
I don't think it should be an age limit for schoolboy realness, because you got different type of people that attend school. You know, some people may be a little bit older and decide to go get their degree later on within school. Now, if you're looking the part, looking older than you should be in school, then maybe that should be it. But as far as the age limit, I don't think it should be an age limit on it.
No, I don't think at all that there should be an age limit on realness for schoolboy. At the age of 40, I'm in school, so I don't think that takes away for anybody as far as the age. However, I do think if you look a certain look, older in the face, if you will, gray hairs, if you will, I think some things you kind of gotta like alter just to continue to fit that category.
Yeah, it should be an age limit on schoolboy realness. Period. People don't look the same when they was 24 years old walking schoolboy when they 54 years old. And Ballroom have opened this door because out of respect. Oh, we got legends, we got icons. That's come on. After I think, cut it out. Let somebody else get the way. It should be an age limit on schoolboy.
The legends or icons that I think that would have epitomized the category for thug realness would be those like Dray Ebony, Roy Ebony, Melson. You had James Icon, Bam Ebony. When you bring it up to this generation, I would say like Neil, Chanel, Dray Ebony, Magnum, Escada. They all kind of shaped the generation of the category based off of the era. When you look at the Roy and the Andres of their era, they were fashionable. When you bring it up to today's generation, the creativity that we have for the category, I don't even think some of the icons now or legends would even consider the category walking it based off of what it would ask you to do. So now you have the creativity that the category requires.
The icons and legends who I thought was the epitome of the category was the ones that I watched when I was coming in. That was Prodigy, Dray Ebony, Terry Chanel, Rashad Ebony. Newer generation, I'll have to say Magnum, definitely. And if you want to get newer, Cash Ebony, hands down. Rico West. Did I say Cash Ebony? Cash West, my bad. And Rico West, of course, too. Those are the people who epitomize the category for me. They always looked the part. They was always, clean and put together. So I never, when I walked, I never looked at that part of people having to come in being dirty. Because when I was walking, I was always a clean cut coming in. Keeping up with the trend, following what the people was doing outside the ballroom, bringing that to ballroom.
Realness, legends, icons, and epitomized categories from my era. Icon Brandon Lanvin. Icon David Revlon. Bam. Clint. Roy, probably before me, but he was one of the ones that I used to watch. There's so many icons. I know I'm kind of bumming on this, but legends, Andre. Even though Magnum talked a lot of shit to me, but I'm gonna say his name because he was out there. Legends, I know about that. I'm sure it's a lot more, and there's no shade to y'all. But if the name ain't coming, then I'm sorry. But nah, those are some of the people. What changed? Back then, realness, everybody knew they was real. It wasn't no question when they walked the category, the confidence, everything. Now, if you ain't the it realness, you ain't real. You ain't the I can't be realness, you ain't real. Times have changed a lot. without respect the category.